Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we break down 5 of the highest volume selling and most popular condominium buildings in the entire Sarasota, Florida area. This includes new and existing, the most desired locations, the sexiest interior units, the most attractive amenities, and much more. Hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. Mark Sarasota made this list simply being the highest individual unit sales of any condominium building in Sarasota at 180 over the last 24 months. That's including the full sellout of the building and resales. Okay, proximity wise, this one is all about the walkability lifestyle. It's located in the core district of downtown Sarasota, and this district is simply about the accessibility of all downtown Sarasota has to offer. The restaurants, 70 plus restaurants, the art district, the theaters, it's right in the mix of all of it. And it basically stretches from South Pineapple to Main Street and Lemon. And this district that also surrounds State Street is just one of the most lovely districts in town. If you're in Sarasota, it really captivates the whole experience. Okay, so this is another project by Coulter. Coulter as a development group has a really nice reputation around here. They've done a lot of very successful projects of all different types of scale. So just for relevance wise, they've done the VUE in Sarasota, the Ritz Carlton residences in Sarasota. They're doing the Bayso Sarasota, which is brand new development we're going to talk about in a minute actually. Up in St. Petersburg, Florida, they've done the One St. Pete Solitaire, which is a very large building, the Hyde Park House in South Tampa. So just a really nice reputation, boutique, full-scale stuff, all kinds of stuff, and everyone's very, very nice. This building specifically sits 12 stories high, so it's not the typical 18, it's just a little wider. The amount of condos in it is 157, so they put a lot of like 150, 160, and 18 story stuff, but this one just spans a larger territory width-wise. You also, because of that width, you have 35,000 square feet of retail space, you have another 15,000 square feet of office space. This whole building was established in the year of 2018. And finally, view-wise, you're gonna have panoramic city views, and if you get on the right floor, which we're gonna talk about next, you will have water views as well. Okay, now let's talk residences. So in this building, of those 157 condo units, you have 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units. They span from about 1,400 square feet up to just under 3,000 square feet when you get to the penthouse level. And then just some notable features that Coulter does a lot. You have full height sliding glass doors. You actually have glass balcony rails that are designed to provide an unobstructed view straight forward, which is nice. The entire aesthetic of the building, interior and exterior, is designed, it's stylish, it's chic, and ultra modern, which I really like, and Coulter does in a lot of its buildings. Appliance wise, every building I've seen so far with this developer has done Gen Air appliances. Depending on the timing, a lot of times you can't upgrade until the end, but you can do an induction stove because if there's no gas, which I know a lot of people enjoy, but high-end quartz counters, Italian cabinets, you know, the whole spiel. So it's very, very nice overall. All right, amenity-wise at Mark Sarasota, you have a 5th floor level amenity center. It is going to include a heated lap pool with poolside cabanas. You have a fire pit, lounge with seating and outdoor cooking. You have a club room that includes a catering kitchen and a club bar. There's an on-site state-of-the-art fitness center on that same floor. And furthermore, you have an internet cafe for business needs and that kind of thing. But overall, a pretty solid and typical offering of this size building. All right, and lastly, I wanted to mention some other items related to total cost of ownership and anything else notable in this kind of purchase in my mind. So first off, let's talk fees. So average monthly fees, because of the wide range of square footage, you're looking at about a mid 500s on the smaller units, all the way up to 1,300 plus a month for the penthouse type of units. So that's something to consider. And like many units, this is going to include 24-hour guard, all your amenities like your community pool, exterior maintenance, the ground, the manager on site, pest control. You're also going to have security, sewer, trash, and water. And then, you know, just pure insurance for these buildings is a lot of that cost. And then finally, parking wise, you're in about a 1 to 2 guaranteed spot deeded into your contract. That's in a garage and it's reserved spots. And then for instance, the highest end penthouse unit in this building sold with 2 deeded spots, and then there's electric charging stations as well. So a lot of the units are going to have 1 and some are going to have 2. Okay, the Bayso Sarasota, one of the newest, hottest condominium buildings to hit our area in a while, made this list specifically because it sold 147 of 149 total units in this calendar year in just 10 single months. Locationally, we're sitting right in the downtown Sarasota, Florida Bayfront Park area, which in essence is a great combination of urban walkability with the addition of a waterfront lifestyle. Now, one of the most unique things about this particular placement is the inclusion of the building in the new quay and bay emerging projects that are happening at the moment. And what this is basically a 14-acre waterfront project that blends luxury residential real estate, mostly in condominium buildings, upscale retail, which is going to be like Rodeo Drive level retail, which even makes current Sarasota stuff look kind of just mid-tier, a boutique hotel, a state-of-the-art office space, and scenic waterfront settings all around you. That also includes the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall, which is going to be moved back of its current location to allow for a new building for waterfront access, waterfront parks, an amphitheater, walking paths, a kayak path, and all kinds of other fun stuff. All right, and lastly, just to round out the proximity, this building and this whole entire area sits just west of downtown across US 41. So downtown Sarasota is just a stone's throw away. So you have waterfront and you have the main downtown district and then the new quay and bay district. And around this building sits the Ritz Carlton residences, which is next on this list, the original Ritz and the Ritz Towers, which is like a early 2000s build, the Hyatt Regency Hotel, which runs along the water, and you sit just adjacent to the Westin. So you have the Jack Dusty restaurant, the rooftop bar at the Westin, and many other unique features to the area as a whole. Okay, development-wise, you have another project. You're going to continue to see a commonality here by Coulter's Urban Division, which built #1 Mark Sarasota on the list as well. The VUE, the Ritz, like I mentioned, One St. Pete, Solitaire, etc. They do a lot in this area specifically. Good reputation. You have 18 stories again on here. So if I haven't mentioned already, 18 stories is about as high as you can go in this area. All the buildings aren't the same height because of the ceiling heights, but the stories, you can't go above 18 like you can in St. Pete or Miami. Sarasota doesn't want to create that kind of environment, so that's why you see a lot hitting the 18 mark. You have 149 total units, like I mentioned in the first clip on this one, and only 2 penthouses left at the moment. In addition, you have covered arrival plaza for residents and guests located on the ground level. You have separate service areas for convenient deliveries and staff access. Each residence comes with an individual, lockable, humidity-controlled storage area. This one was established this year. They gave them about 2 years to sell it out, but it just went super, super fast because of the weird market we're in now. And then finally, you have water views. You have peekaboo water views, mostly because of the angle of the building, which we're going to get into a little bit more. You have some buildings in front of it, so not complete water, unobstructed views. And then you have views of the quay, and you have views parts of downtown looking over east of Tamiami Trail. Okay, let's talk about the interior units. So Bayso Sarasota and Coulter came out with about 11 innovative floor plans, 1,700 to 2,500 square feet on the non-penthouse levels, and this gives you 2 to 3 bedrooms and dens. And then when you go to the penthouses, there's 7 different designs ranging from 2,500 plus to over 3,600 square feet. Ceilings up to 10 feet high, full height sliding glass doors. You have ceilings on the plaza level that reach up to 12, and then the penthouses also go to 12. So the different level tiers here, like most buildings. The kitchens are featuring European cabinetry. Coulter is very consistent on what they've done across Southwest Florida. Quartz countertops, Genair stainless steel appliances, including induction stoves if are available if you don't have gas in the building. And the one thing to consider, I know a lot of folks are like, what if I don't want quartz and I want a different stone, or I don't want Genair? Then depending on the building, you'll be able to automatically upgrade, or if not, because of the busyness of the times, and this is true at the Bayso, is they'll put in like they'll barely attach, just to get an occupancy certificate, a very, very low end, like laminate or something, linoleum, just so that you can immediately come in, and they'll give you a credit to replace your other stuff. You just have to do it after close. Finally, you have laundry rooms with front-load washer and dryers in the units. The owner's suites include walk-in closets, luxurious spa-like bath retreats, and glass wall partitions. And then the bathrooms feature European cabinetry, quartz as well, lavish soaking tubs. You have nice fixtures, semi-frameless shower enclosures, etc. Okay, let's talk amenities and some of the more fun stuff. So like a lot of the buildings, the amenity level is going to be on the 5th floor of this building, including an elevated pool, and it's going to look at the angle that faces the water. In addition to the pool, you're going to have a splash lounge that opens out onto the pool deck. You're going to have 2,250 square feet of fitness center featuring tons of the latest equipment, and they're putting the high-tech bikes and a lot of the tech in these new gyms, including a glass enclosed movement studio for personal training and group classes, if that's your thing. There's going to be a formal lobby level resident club room with catering kitchen and bar for entertaining. You're also going to have, they're calling it homework, which is like a co-working where you can reserve spaces to get some of your business stuff done with high-end Wi-Fi if you wanted to work from the building. And then because of the requirement of code, they are going to have a private dog park that opens up and a service elevator that brings you directly to it. And finally, including in that work environment for the business folks out there, you have a boardroom and private business meeting space available. All right, let's talk about economic investment on total cost to ownership. So association fee-wise, the Bayso kept it pretty simple. You're going to have a range from about $850 a month to $1,800 a month, depending on the square footage. And the way you get there is a universal 50 cent a square foot range. So that's how you get to that. That's how you get to that total number. Parking, you're going to have a one deeded spot per individual unit that's non-penthouse. The penthouse units are all going to have 2 deeded spots that come with the units. And for an additional $25,000, you will be able to purchase a third. In addition to that, you're going to have a dedicated lobby level staff to service residents, 24/7 security and access controlled entry points at all elevators, lobbies, and a parking garage, and on-site property management. Okay, number 3 on the list made the top 5 by selling 74 individual units in the last 24 months on the Ritz Carlton's newest development in Sarasota, Florida. Okay, locationally for the Ritz, we did a lot of the heavy lifting on number 2, as the Ritz Carlton Residences is located directly in front of the Bayso building. So a lot of that is universal. Now where this one's different is this building was built in 2018 on one of the, if not the last premier waterfront site in this area, as many of the old regime of waterfront sites made this area basically where it's becoming less of a commonality. So if you end up choosing this building, you're going to have access to the quay development that I mentioned, the bay, you're going to be close to the Van Wezel, you're going to be a stone's throw from downtown Sarasota, you're going to have a better chance of getting a nice waterfront vista, you have very little in front of you, and you have all of the surrounding attractions. When it comes to development, I don't want to keep beating the Coulter drum here, but the Ritz-Carlton Residences is another Coulter development. The year range was about 2018 to 2020. There's 73 total units in this building, so the 74th was a resale. You're going to have access to panoramic east to west views of the city, Sarasota Bay, and the Gulf of Mexico if you get high enough in the building. Okay, when you talk about the interior of these units, you're going to have a little bit more of a premium exclusive offering overall. So if you take that, just for example's sake, you take that 18-story building that we've mentioned on a couple of the other ones, but instead of 150 units, 73 total units, it's going to get you a minimum of 3 to 4 bedrooms a unit. It's going to get you a minimum square footage of 3,100 spanning all the way to 6,100. You're going to have private access controlled elevators opening directly into each residence, separate service elevators for staff and deliveries, 11-foot ceilings in all main living areas on floors 4 through 17, and then it goes to 12-foot on the plaza and penthouse floor levels, floor-to-ceiling windows and sliding glass doors in the main living areas, expansive terraces with glass railings and built-in outdoor grills, a large format porcelain imported marble flooring selections, 9-foot decorative paneled entry doors, premium European cabinetry, your choice of stone or quartz kitchen countertops in here with full height backsplashes. You have premium kitchen appliance packages, owner's suite with dual walk-in closets and luxurious spa-like bath retreats. And you're going to have laundry rooms with European cabinets, premium front-load washer and dryers with pedestals. Okay, so one of the perks of being with the Ritz-Carlton brand is you have this kind of tiered amenity level service, including residence, building, and resort. So for the residence part, you're going to have 4-hour dedicated staff and concierge. You're going to have 24-hour valet and optional self-parking. You're going to have in-residence dining and housekeeping services. So just some extra perks that regular buildings don't have a lot of times. When it comes to the building amenities, you have a grand lobby with soaring 14-foot ceilings, resort-style waterfront plaza with oasis pool and spa, and a 70-foot lap and fitness pool that overlooks this amazing view you're going to have with this building location. You have private covered walkway to the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, which is adjacent. You have 2 lobby-level residence and social rooms with multiple seating areas, fireplace, big screen TVs, etc. You're going to have a news and sports cafe, is what they call it, with a daily coffee beverage station and comfortable seating areas to catch up on work, etc. Boardroom for private meetings, private event rooms, and a dog park with pet washing station. Okay, and finally, just to round out the amenity part of the Ritz-Carlton brand, you have on the resort side the option of joining the Gold Club Ritz-Carlton Members Club, which gives you the beach club on Lido Key, which is very nice, and a very private section of Lido, multiple restaurants and tiki bar out there. You have the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club, so you can use that. You have spa and salon services, they have restaurants, etc. So if that is your fancy, you can combine this entire package in that kind of way. And lastly, talking about total economic investment, you're going to be looking at a monthly fee range of about $2,300 to $5,000+ a month, depending on the size and the unit specifically. Again, you have less units here, you have a higher end of concierge level services, so your fees are going to come with that. And then on average, each unit is going to be deeded with 2 individual covered parking spaces. Okay, and our 4th one on the list, Condo on the Bay, how it made this particular list was by selling about 56 of its units, 272 total in both buildings, sold 56 in the last 24 months to make our 4th highest volume for a high-end condominium in Sarasota, Florida. Okay, locationally, our 3rd option, Condo on the Bay, is in one of the absolute best spots in the entire county, in my opinion. Where this one sits is directly on Sarasota Bay. It's all the way up front, so where you have like the Bayso and the Ritz, that they start trickling back on land, so there's potential another building is going to obstruct something. This one being all the way up in the front, completely unobstructed, literally nothing but water in front of you. So amazing view outside of downtown Sarasota, amazing location overall, and just a nice offering for that size building. Okay, development wise, Condo on the Bay is made up of 2 sister buildings, both 18 stories, covering 272 interior condominium units across 8 acres. And then, which is kind of cool, they added an additional 20 marina suites that are right on this canal. It's a deep water canal. So you have fishing pier, boat slips, day docks, kayak racks, and the entire outfit was built in 1982. So it's a little older, a little lower ceilings, but an incredible, hard to replicate location. Okay, interior unit wise, you have 2 to 3 bedroom options across both buildings, 4 different floor plans or whereabouts in the 2 separate condominium buildings, and then you have 2 additional floor plans that cover the 20 marina suites. The marina suites are on a boat basin. They're spacious. They live a lot like single family homes. They're really intriguing looking. These townhomes offer deep water docking, like I mentioned, with no bridges straight out to Sarasota Bay because of the location. And because of the age of these units, you're going to have heavily upgraded or remodeled units in a lot of the new listings because, again, 1982, so there's several different phases of upgrades here. So all your interior selections and all that kind of stuff versus like a new building where they'll all be standardized. This will be owner's taste and that kind of thing. So potentially you can get a higher upgraded unit in a great location, which would be your happy medium for this building's positioning. Okay, let's talk the building amenities themselves here. So I'm gonna rattle them off. You have swimming pools for the north and the south. You have lighted tennis courts. You have pickleball, that's really big around here. You have exercise facilities. You do have sauna rooms, boat docks, like I mentioned, kayak racks and lifts. You have a fishing pier. Social wise, you have social rooms, you have like kind of mini libraries, and you have sky lobbies. And again, I think stylistically, this type of building and the location and the age and all this kind of thing, if you're an angler, you're a heavy boater, and you like the condominium, even partial year type of ownership, then this building could be an interesting fit. Okay, and finally, economically, total cost of ownership, to bring it full circle, you're going to have association fees of about $1,000 to $2,200 a month, depending on the size of the unit and what your individual unit is. This includes concierge services, this includes covered parking, a security gatehouse with 24-hour security, including night. And then Tower 2, important here, the way they did it, Tower 2 is pet friendly and Tower 1 is not. So if you're on either side of that spectrum, you can have the right building for you. All right, our fifth and final one. VUE Sarasota Bay had made this list by being the 5th ranked volume sales with 35 plus sales in the last 24 months in the Sarasota area for a high-end condominium. Okay, locationally, VUE gets us in just a slightly different location. A lot of these are clustered together in the good areas, but this one basically puts us at the corner of Gulfstream Boulevard and US 41 Tamiami Trail, so a little bit closer to downtown than some of the other ones on the list. And because of this location, it puts you're right before the John Ringling Bridge, which takes you over to Lido Key and St. Armand Circle, and then you actually look unobstructedly across Marina Jack right across the bay. So really nice view of like the yachts, and if you have a personal boat you can bring, there's a marina right there. And then you're right next door to the Westin Hotel. It literally looks like it's attached. So quick amenities to some of the luxurious rooftop bar and some of the things the Westin has to offer as well. Development wise, the VUE, just like 3 of the other ones on the list, is a Coulter development. So as you can see, clearly building a strong reputation around the Gulf Coast of Florida. So you had the Ritz and the Bayso, and then all those St. Pete ones as well, all Coulter. This one is also 18 stories because of that size limit. 141 condominium units. So the Bayso is 149, this is 141, so more similar layout there than to the Ritz. This one was established in 2017, so again, very new offering right around the time the Ritz was established. And because of that location, your kind of main markers are going to be the unbelievable views, floor-to-ceiling glass, and many more Coulter type of amenities. Okay, interior unit wise in the VUE, you're going to have across the 141 units, about 10 different floor plans that they came out with for the non-penthouse units, and then about 6 different penthouse floor plans. These cover 2, 3, and 4 bedroom residences, and then you have a low end of about 1,900 plus square feet all the way to as much as 3,700 plus. And furthermore, you're going to run 10 to 12 foot floor to ceiling windows depending on the unit. These all have private elevators that open up into your unit, expansive terraces, gourmet kitchen features with high-end appliances, and induction cooktops. If desired, you're going to have large quartz waterfall islands in many units. Really modern aesthetic, like a lot of the new buildings. Okay, amenity wise, so like many of the Coulter buildings, you're going to have a nice array of offerings, which I'm going to mention here in a second, but I wanted to mention a couple notables. This building specifically has a pedestrian walkway that leads residents right to the newly built Westin Hotel, which offers a full line of amenities like spa services, rooftop bar, restaurant, and a fitness center. Because of the membership with the affiliation, you can also join the Ritz Carlton Gold Club, which I mentioned earlier. And then furthermore, the building itself, you're gonna have 24-hour concierge, you're gonna have valet, you're gonna have a conference room, state-of-the-art fitness center, a large private dog park, you're gonna have a resort-style heated pool, a spacious sun deck, which is nice for that location, perfect for entertaining or gatherings. There is a club lounge area with a piano bar, on-site service personnel, humidity, climate-controlled resident storage rooms, and more. All right, rounding things out, talking total cost of ownership, you're going to have $1,000 to $2,200 a month in association fees depending on the unit, and that is going to provide you the following. So first off, on parking, each resident is offered 2 assigned covered parking spaces found within the first 2 levels of the building, and there is more available for a cost. The lobby does have 24-hour concierge services. You have valet, like I mentioned, the private elevators, 2 concierge service elevators for safe secondary access to parking garages. You have it's a pet-friendly condo building, which is nice. You have on-site emergency power generators and a state-of-the-art access control system. All right, guys, that does it for the top 5. And before we wrap up here, I just wanted to very briefly tell you about my group and how we can help in this total process. So I'm Adam Hancock of the Adam Hancock Group. I have a real estate operation here in downtown Sarasota, Florida, and we service Sarasota very specifically, Naples, Clearwater, West Palm Beach, and Miami, so the major markets that our services are relevant in. We do do high-end relocation, a lot of custom builds, high-end condominiums, and investment. And the reason that I state everywhere the smartest way to buy or invest in a condominium or a single-family home is because we pride ourselves in the fiduciary element of this. My whole background's in economics. I care much more about you being on the right side of the economic equation than how pretty the beaches are and so forth, right? So we're in a great area for all of this kind of stuff. But I want us to separate the purchase and the money from what else you could do in totality and across the whole state of Florida. So if there's anything I can do to assist, if there's anything my group can do to assist, please reach out directly. All of our contact information will be all over these videos and all of our description boxes. And thank you again, and we'll see you on the next one.